Are you ready to receive a dose of extremely high vibrational energies? An upgrade from the universe? Perhaps you've been feeling these light codes stream into our planet already, because from now till the end of December, solar light and consciousness is being infused with galactic superpoint energy. This is happening because, from our perspective here on Earth, the sun is now passing in front of the galactic center, source of the highest vibrational energies that we can observe. And these ethereal energies are mixing with the notable astronomical events of the rest of the month, from the Venus-Mars opposition on the 12-12 portal, to the full moon on the 15th, December solstice on the 21st, and the new moon on the 30th. These powerful galactic energies, synergizing with the light of the sun, allows us to work with them easier, to reach higher states of consciousness, to ascend above the mundane, and to feel the unity of the universe, preparing us for the big changes of the new year. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm your space weatherman Stefan Burnsa, here to help you understand the changing energies of our planet, how that may affect you individually and all of us together collectively. If you like the sound of that, then please subscribe. Today we are going to examine how these galactic energies are going to influence us for the next month and examine this overall annual transit of the sun across the center of the Milky Way. So here we have the stellarium showing the position of the sun. We have our ecliptic plane and we see the spiral arm of the Milky Way there. This is set for today, December 9th. We'll notice that we are right now at the edge of the spiral arm. So these galactic energies are going to just now begin mixing with solar light such that it's easier for us to work with them. This is from our perspective here on Earth. And so you can go anywhere in the solar system and look at the sun, and there are different perspectives and vectors where the sun is aligned with the galactic center. It's always possible to find that vector, but it's only once per year that we receive that alignment here on Earth. And solar light is very easy to work with because it's the light and energy that gives life and energy to our planet. It's what we evolved with for billions of years. So we intuitively know how to work with that energy. Of course, you can develop that skill. But galactic energies, though they're also of our lineage, are a little harder to work with. They're so high vibrational that they can cause a little bit of burnout at times. And so when you have these energies mixing with the light of the sun due to its transit across the spiral arm of the Milky Way and then the galactic center, it's just in general easier for us to work with these energies. It also really fills in the light spectrum of the sun very nicely because the center of the Milky Way is a source of extremely high vibrational light. We have extremely high vibrational X-ray light and also gamma ray light that is emitted from these points here, the absolute center of our galaxy. And those are the wavelengths that the sun is in general deficient in. And so we get this boost, you could say, in the solar light spectra at this moment in time as a result of this transit during our day-to-day, because the sun will be conjunct this point here on about the 17th. And so when you look up at the sun during the day, you will also be in general looking at that part of the Milky Way galaxy. So this goes all the way from today, the 9th, through the end of December. We see our full moon here on the 15th. The moon, of course, is on the other side of the planet. If you go forward, here's the sun position for December solstice. And then if we go forward all the way to the 30th, you see the moon swing in and we have our new moon just as the sun exits the spiral arm of the Milky Way. So an amazing opportunity to work with these extremely high vibrational energies and to reach higher levels of perspective. I think this is really all supported also by the fact that Neptune just stationed direct, which represents in many ways forward movement and progression in understanding our deep subconscious and moving forward spiritually along our path, reaching higher levels of spiritual awakening. And so this is a fantastic time to be doing this because big shifts are very likely to occur in 2025 and 2026 with some of the more mundane astronomical events that are going to be occurring in our solar system. And if you achieve that higher perspective, it'll be easier to navigate that. You can, for example, think about if you had a bird's eye view of everything happening in your city and you had omnipotence, think of all the opportunities you could create by being at the right place at the right time, right? Someone drops $100, you could be there to pick it up and hand it to them, and perhaps that person's the CEO of the company they want to work for, right? You can think of all these different scenarios, and undoubtedly thousands of these opportunities exist at any moment in time, but if you're not aware of them, you won't be able to capitalize on them. And so with that higher mind, it's easy to see all these things. 2025 and 2026, because of the movement of Saturn and Neptune in Aries, the shift of Uranus into Gemini, these are really big changes going from water and earth into fire and air. And there are going to be a lot of opportunities amongst this more turbulent backdrop. And so working with these galactic energies is going to be a huge leg up for anyone that chooses to do that and to build that skill in developing that connection to galactic energies, these extremely high vibrational energies, because we are also right now in solar maximum where in general galactic energies are low because of the stronger influence of the sun. But then as solar maximum declines to solar minimum in 2030, 31, 32, if you've been working with these energies, you will be better able to then work with those cosmic energies as they then flood in after all this happens. The other thing with extremely high vibrational light, for example, like a gamma ray photon, is that if it hits something, it'll break a lot of molecular bonds because it has so much energy within it. And so it's hard to work with these energies without them being destructive generally. I think a lot of people can recognize that. There's a lot of people that are very high vibe, so they say, but in reality, they're really not that high vibe and they're extremely ungrounded. So one of the things is, how do you raise your vibration and your energy without it getting destructive, without the ego actually creeping in, and without you kind of, ruining your health in many ways. A lot of people are very ungrounded and high vibe are in terrible health because their entire system is super energized and beyond the capabilities of their body. But you can build up those capabilities if you work with these energies. That is the opportunity that we have right now with the transit of the sun across the spiral arm of the Milky Way. Let's look specifically at the frequency structure of the center of our galaxy. Here we have the center of the Milky Way, our galaxy in infrared, near infrared, and X-ray light. Infrared light is a light that is lower in frequency and has a longer vibration than visible light. Near infrared light is closer to visible light, and then X-ray light is quite a bit more highly vibrational than visible light. And so it's a type of light that is ionizing and can break molecular bonds. Here we see all three of them combined together. And so we see that there is quite a lot of infrared heat radiation emanating from the center of the Milky Way, in addition to near infrared light as well, though less. But then when we switch over to X-ray light, you can see just how bright the center of our galaxy gets because it is a huge emitter of X-ray and gamma ray radiation. Let's look at it. Here is the absolute center of our Milky Way galaxy in X-ray light, a very strong emitter of X-ray radiation. And you'll notice how across time, from 2006 to 2013, there are variations in the intensity of X-ray light being emitted from the center of our galaxy and also nearby sources. You'll notice this one up here clicks on and then clicks off. And so we have these changes in the light spectrum that we're receiving from our galaxy across time, not only from the galactic center, but also from these other periodic sources like pulsars and supernova remnants and more. But the galactic center is one of the strongest emitters of the most vibrational wavelengths of light. That would be X-rays and also gamma rays. Now we've zoomed out to see the entire sky in gamma rays, the most vibrational wavelength of light in the entire light spectrum. And as you can see, the Milky Way is a rich source of gamma rays. There are also strong gamma ray emitters outside of the Milky Way, but the galactic center by far is the brightest source of gamma rays. These are light photons. They do not bend with electromagnetic fields. And in fact, because this is light energy, when a gamma ray is emitted, or any photon of light, there is zero time that elapses for that photon to then when it is absorbed. And so these gamma rays stream into our planet all the time, and undoubtedly some of them interact with us. Not all of them will be absorbed into the uppermost atmosphere, though most of them will. So the Earth herself is receiving most of these energies at the ionosphere, creating these electric currents which we can interact with via grounding and earthing. But some of these energies come in and interact with us directly, allowing us to connect to these far distant sources instantaneously in time from the perspective of the photon. That's something I find quite profound. Also, we don't have a strong emitter of gamma rays in our solar system. The moon, as a very bright reflecting dish effectively, does have quite a bit of X-ray and gamma ray flux that it reflects back onto Earth, but the sun is not a big gamma ray producer. Only during the most powerful solar flares do we get gamma rays from the sun, and that's pretty rare. So when we have the sun move across the galactic center, effectively its light spectrum is being filled in where it's deficient, because the sun is very strong in infrared, visible light, and ultraviolet light. It doesn't have strong X-ray or gamma ray flux. And this is important because the sun is the big driver of our biologic rhythms, our circadian rhythm. When you have now the solar spectrum being infused and amplified with these extremely high vibrational wavelengths of light, I think that is influencing our bioelectric rhythms and our circadian rhythm in a way that shifts it towards greater connection to the cosmos overall and, unity of everything, source. Because typically we are disconnected from that. The two are not aligned. The sun may be up in the sky and then we see the Milky Way at night, but it's only once a year that we get the two working together. And so that is what's happening right now through the end of the month. My intuition is telling me that if you just go about your day to day and you keep walking forward along your spiritual path and doing the work with your practices, this is meditation, this is like sound healing, yoga nidra, regular yoga, all the things that help you to connect to higher spirit. You do this during your day to day, you may be struck with profound insights and sudden downloads because the sun is delivering this cosmic energy to you from the center of our galaxy. So a very powerful time right now with the solar light and consciousness being infused with galactic energy, and it's occurring during the December solstice. So if you're in the northern hemisphere, we don't get that much light. In the southern hemisphere, they're really lucky right now. They get a whole bunch of light and all these energies at the same time. But here in the northern hemisphere, we have the shortest amount of daylight at all during the year. And so that light that we are receiving from the sun is even more potent as a result of this transit of the sun across the galactic center. The purpose of today's video was mainly to bring awareness to the fact that this transit of the sun across the galactic center is happening right now. And by being mindful of that, you can connect to those energies easier. I want to recognize that there's really not much I can say about that transit because it's so far beyond our normal understanding of consciousness and reality. These energies are so highly vibrational. And so any of the things I said are really just skimming the surface of the reality and truth of that transit energy information. And so the best way to actually get that is to connect to those energies. And you can do this through meditation, through sound healing like we're about to perform. However you find a way to connect to those energies, that is then how you will be able to feel them, internalize them, integrate them, and then walk forward with that new cosmic consciousness. And so I find that that's very important. I recommend that you do these sort of spiritual practices throughout the entire month of December. I do these cosmic connection meditations at the end of most of my space weather reports. So you can watch those. That's a great way to just facilitate this pretty effortlessly just by watching the end of my videos. So just a quick reminder, the super sale right now on wildfreeorganic.com is active. This is for 12% off using the code DIVINE12. I have all my natural holistic wellness products there to help support you with your health and your wellness and your spiritual self-actualization journey. So all my different all organic herbal tea blends. I have my super optical clarity quartz, which are really powerful amplifiers of your natural biofield energy. And then you can optimize and balance your biofield with my all natural earthing shoes. So all that's available on the website, Divine12, 12% off. Happy to support you with that. Now let's begin our cosmic connection meditation. Today, using the Himalayan singing bowl and our gong. This is not going to be a loud one, more of just a background energy to help you connect upwards to the center of our galaxy and perhaps even beyond. Prepare yourself to take a deep breath. And release. Welcome back. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that cosmic connection meditation. Again, I've been your host, Stefan Burnsa. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I wish you a wonderful galactic sun transit. I hope you are infused with these galactic superpoint energies for the remainder of 2024 so you can bravely and boldly step into the bright new year of 2025 in just a few weeks. Sending you all lots of love and light. Please take care, and I'll see you all in a future video.